Both Israelis and Palestinians have suffered great losses. Despite prevailing beliefs, there is a deep longing within both Israeli and Palestinian people to end the violence in the region. On the front lines are dedicated teachers working for peace who need our help. When I went to Israel and Palestine, I saw a miracle. I saw that despite religious and cultural differences, despite physical boundaries, I saw that there was an enormous potential for these teachers to create a chain reaction for peace in the Middle East. These educators had the credibility, the compassion, and the commitment to do this, and that all they needed were the resources to back them up. In the United States, we created the Salaam Shalom Educational Foundation to empower these teachers with the tools and resources they need to create a culture of peace for children in the Middle East.
We've decided to create a place where Arabic and Jewish students, young people, can live together, can learn from each other, and can create a culture together. For me, this is the future of Israel and Palestine.
I'm involved in a lot of interfaith work, and I've even taken interfaith groups to Palestine, Israel, groups containing Muslims, Christians, and Jews. And supporting the Salaam Shalom Educational Foundation is really the key towards raising a next generation that can hopefully bring about a lasting peace to the people in Palestine and Israel.
A humanistic education was developed that fostered independent thinking and reverence for all human life. In the 30s, when the Nazis came to power, they shut down all schools using these Waldorf educational methods. After World War II, in Germany, these were the first private schools the Allies allowed to open. Today, there are over 900 schools using these methods in 30 countries around the world. The Salaam Shalom Educational Foundation hosts diplomatically sanctioned visits from Palestinian kindergarten teachers and pediatricians who travel from Jenin in the West Bank into Israel to study in Arabic this humanistic form of education.
Really, what's needed here is healing. The youth of Palestine, particularly the children of Palestine, are and have been in trauma. And if there's going to be a hope for peace, there has to be healing. And so here you have adult teachers, adult Palestinians, who are working with Israeli counterparts. So these Israeli teachers who are, trained and experienced in this education, now bringing it and sharing it with their Palestinian counterparts, who for them have never necessarily come across this education before, but have asked their Israeli brethren to train them because they want to be able to bring it to the Palestinian children.
These teachers would be bringing themselves as examples, and they would be bringing to these children an environment where they are able to experience for the first time what tranquility is and what peaceful coexistence is, because in a classroom that's what the teachers strive for, is to help the children find peaceful coexistence with their playmates and their friends. These teachers, just by their very being, the way they speak, the way they move, the way they help the children resolve conflicts, the way they engage themselves in their work, the work of cleaning, the work of preparing snacks. And so these things are just a lovely environment in which broader principles are translated. It really is all about imitation in the classroom and providing adults in their lives that behave conscientiously and consciously so that they are the education. They are what the children learn. And that is what children need. They need good people to imitate.
So what we need to look for is education that actually supports children in becoming these generous, kind, considerate beings who can work together in a cooperative way as opposed to a competitive way, in a spiritual way. In Israel, there are numerous Waldorf schools, so the Israelis are already doing it with their students from the youngest age right to high school. And now the Palestinians are being drawn into the circle of peace through this education, wanting the same benefits. That's pretty revolutionary, and it's something that I think, needs to be supported.
There is a vessel created, whether it's through drama, whether it's through a Waldorf kindergarten. So it all comes down to the process of education. Hopefully our politicians, those who govern us, those who run world organizations, will also come out of this process of education that will enable them to bring everything I learned in kindergarten, it's probably true, and will enable them to bring a solid foundation for the leaders of tomorrow in the Middle East. The leaders of tomorrow are the kids who are in these schools today, and this is our hope.
We started Salaam Shalom because we know there's a great longing for peace among both Israelis and Palestinians, and we know there are people there willing to do the work. We have the means. Those teachers and students can have the methods. They need our support. What we do here makes a great difference over there.